What if I told you that Google's next budget phone, the Pixel 10a, could already be in trouble before it's even announced? The leaks so far make it sound kind of underwhelming. But here's the thing, there are three features that could still save it, and without them, the Pixel 10a risks being completely ignored in 2026. Let's start with the biggest one, AI. Google made a huge deal about the new AI tools on the Pixel 10 series, and for good reason. Features like Magic Q and Camera Coach aren't just fun extras, they're game changers. Magic Q is basically the AI assistant we've been promised for years, one that doesn't just wait for you to ask questions, but proactively helps you throughout the day. And Camera Coach? It's like having a professional photographer over your shoulder, guiding you to the perfect shot, no matter the lighting or angle. But here's the bad news. Leaks suggest the Pixel 10a might ship with the older Tensor G4 chip, not the new G5 that powers these AI features. And if that happens, we can kiss most of those Gemini-powered tools goodbye. Now, maybe you're thinking, do I really care about AI on a budget phone? For some people, maybe not. But think about it. Google is selling these features as the future of smartphones. They're building their whole Pixel identity around AI. If the 10a launches without them, it immediately feels outdated and disconnected from the rest of the lineup. And in 2026, when even mid-range phones from other brands are adding smarter AI tools, that's going to be a tough sell. The second thing Google absolutely needs to fix is the display. Look, displays are everything. It's the part of the phone you stare at all day, and it's the first thing people notice. But the Pixel 9a, those bezels were brutal. Sure, the resolution was solid, and the refresh rate and brightness were fine, but the bezels made the phone look like it was stuck in 2018. I get it, budget phones can't always chase ultra-thin bezels like flagships, but there's a difference between slightly thicker and just plain outdated. And when you're going up against phones like the iPhone 17e and Galaxy S26 FE, even if they're pricier, people will compare them side by side. A cleaner, more modern display design could easily make the Pixel 10a feel more premium without actually raising the cost too much. It's also about first impressions. When someone picks up a phone in a store, the display is the first thing they react to. If it looks dated, it doesn't matter how smart the software is or how good the camera might be. They've already moved on. If Google wants the 10a to stand a chance, it needs a screen that looks like it belongs in 2026. Now, the third feature might sound simple, but it's more important than ever: battery life. The Pixel 9a had a surprisingly big battery for its size, 5,100 mAh, even larger than the base Pixel 9. But trends in the industry are shifting toward thinner and lighter phones, often at the cost of battery capacity. Just look at the iPhone Air, Galaxy S25 Edge, or Motorola's new Slim models. All of them made sacrifices here. If Google follows that same path with the 10a, it would be a mistake. People buying budget phones often care more about endurance than sleekness. They want a phone that lasts through a long day of work, travel, or streaming without hugging a charger. And with competitors now boasting 8,000 mAh batteries and even teasing 10,000 mAh monsters, this is not the time for Google to shrink things down. At the very least, the 10a needs to match the 9a's battery. Ideally, it should do even better, because once again, this is an area where budget phones can shine, offering more battery life than expensive flagships that prioritize design over practicality. Now, to be fair, there are a few things I'm okay with staying the same. If Google keeps the 6.3-inch display size, the dual speakers, the overall weight, and even the camera system from the 9a, that's fine. Those things were already decent and don't really make or break the experience. Even the exterior design can stay mostly unchanged. But here's the bottom line. If Google wants the 10a to stand out in 2026, a year when mid-range phones are becoming more competitive and more advanced than ever, it has to deliver on these three fronts: Gemini AI features, a modern display with slimmer bezels, and a strong battery that doesn't take a step backward. If even one of these is missing, the Pixel 10a risks being forgotten before it even hits store shelves. But if Google gets them right, this phone could easily be one of the best value smartphones of the year. Not just a cheaper Pixel, but a smart, practical, and genuinely exciting device in its own right. And honestly, that's the kind of Pixel A series phone we all want. Not one that cuts corners, but one that proves budget phones don't have to feel budget. What's your thoughts on this? Let me know in the comments section. See you in the next video. Take care.